All right, have and have not fans. Now, before going into this video, just know this is a speculation video on the return date for the haves and the have-nots in 2020. On Instagram, I think I did a video on this not too long ago on Veronica's Instagram, aka Angela Robinson. She did respond to a fan who asked about it. And literally, for the haves and the have-nots, and I know I talk about my channel and my social media, how I get questions a lot, but these people, whenever they post anything, the fans are going to be asking about the show, even if it's about a post from their everyday life. But she responded January 2020, and we knew the show was coming back in 2020, but we got January 2020. But to this specific day, it is September the 17th. We still don't know the exact day, but this is my personal theory as to when the show is coming back. Now, what I'm going to do for this video is I'm actually going to be taking evidence from both Oval and Sisters on BET, Tyler Perry's new shows, both dropping October the 9th. And if I'm not mistaken, the Oval comes on first at 9 and then Sisters follows at 10 o'clock. So Oval and Sisters back to back on BET. Now, the thing is, these shows will be coming on Wednesday nights, which is very interesting because I thought to myself, theoretically, let's say the Oval and Sisters runs on BET at the same time that the haves and the have-nots is on OWN. Tyler Perry probably doesn't want to beat himself in regards to these numbers, so maybe he wanted to figure it out so the haves and the have-nots will not only maintain its #1 spot on the OWN network Tuesday night, but also gives people on BET a reason to tune into his work there by checking in on Wednesday night. So that's the theory on that part. But the main focus of this theory is not necessarily just talking about, hey, every time the haves and the have-nots has returned at the beginning of the new year, it's typically, early January. We already know this. I've done a ton of I remember last year I did a big video on that, but for this I'm really focusing more on the Oval and Sisters. Now, according to IMDb and a couple of articles I dug up, it does appear that both the Oval and Sisters were both set season 1 for 25 episodes each. It's specifically listed as 25 for the Oval on IMDb. They haven't listed in a specific amount for Sisters, but in terms of the episode listing, they have listed episode 1 is the pilot. They did give an episode title for episode 2, and then they have 1.25, aka episode 25. So we can assume loosely that both Sisters and the Oval are 2 programs with 25 episodes in season 1. Now, doing simple math here, the shows are both coming on October the 9th. So as far as I know, we can assume that they'll continue to come on every Wednesday back to back on BET. Now, looking at the amount of Wednesdays left in 2019, excuse me, going from October the 9th, that's, the 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Then in November, the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. And then in December, 4th, 11th, 18th, the 18th to 25th. Christmas. So that's a dozen or 12 Wednesdays. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Jeremy, how does this line up with the haves and the have-nots? Let me continue. If you look at the math from there, the next Wednesday would be new. It's kind of ironic because the 25th, the last Wednesday of the year, is Christmas, and then the first Wednesday of 2020 is New Year's Day. So if you want to count that, and the reason I say count that is because that would mark 13 episodes for both shows, because the following week on Tuesday, January the 7th, which is the first Tuesday of 2020, that would be the theoretical return of the haves and the have-nots. Now, going to another OWN show, Ambitions, I just use this one show as an example. They actually took a break after their first 11 episodes. I believe the back half of their season, there are 18 episodes total or so. So I think there are about 6 or 7 or 8 episodes of Ambitions left for season 1. So I decided to just take the halfway point for Oval and Sisters. It actually makes sense for both of those shows to take a mid-season finale at the halfway mark because, well, 12 and 13 are kind of, both numbers that dance around the middle of the number 25, meaning that, okay, the first half of these shows will either have 12 or 13 episodes. They'll take a break for a little while, and then BET will bring them back for the back half of the season. So, theoretically speaking, it actually makes sense for the Oval and Sisters to run from October the 9th to either Christmas Day or New Year's Eve, or excuse me, New Year's Day. Then the following week, the Haves and Have-Nots returns on January the 7th. That way, Tyler Perry isn't competing with himself. That actually makes sense. I mean, though he could be, tickled at the idea, at the possibility of not only having the number one show on OWN Tuesday night, but then also having possibly the two shows with the most ratings on BET Wednesday nights, because we don't know how many views those season one episode one premieres will draw in. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it for now until we get any, I guess you could say, more concrete news. So what do you think of my quote unquote theory? Do you think the Haves and the Have-Nots is going to be returning the first Tuesday in 2020, which is January the 7th, or do you think it will return, either the second or third Tuesday in 2020? With that being said, if you are new to this channel, I hope you hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment your thoughts. It really does help fight the YouTube algorithm, which has been pretty wonky lately. And with that being said, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we get a trailer or some kind of teaser for the next season of the Haves and the Have-Nots really soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.